What's good, y'all? Black-atnd, we are back. This is still season 7 episode, doesn't really matter, season finale. As you can see, I don't have a co-host next to me, but I'll be leading the show. My name is Isaiah. As always, this is Black-atnd. Before we get into the episode, y'all make sure y'all please like, subscribe, and comment on this episode. It's very important for us. But we have something special, y'all. We always do our interviews. Y'all love our interviews, but we always interview other people. So we thought for our season finale, we interview ourselves. So with that being said, I welcome my guest, my lovely co-host.
Host-Tykiera, yeah, I'm still here, y'all. He didn't get rid of me, contrary to
Should
policy.
have though, but
This show wouldn't be nothing without me. Let's not do that.
Nah, I'm playing, but let's get into it, you know? We always gotta start off. Favorite movie, favorite black song. What is it for the week?
All right, it's holiday season. Favorite black movie would definitely have to be The Best Man Holiday.
Babe, can I use your phone because I can't get a signal up in here?
My cell? The one I'm holding? In my hand?
Yes, stop. Would you hand me that? Are you sure that he just smokes weed?
One, my man Morris Chestnut is in there, so 10 out of 10 automatically. Love that man and love that movie.
Oh, that's what you said you do to his head.
I grip his bald head. Wait, I tell anybody. Yeah, I believe in that. Then favorite song of the week would either be That's You by Lucky Day.
Money, diamonds, house in different cities. I'm living my wildest dreams. Could get smile, I'm in with all the power. Can do what I want, but I'm empty. Baddies got a model movie options to making a movie scene. I know all the game, but what's it really mean?
Or Into Orbit by Alex Isley.
Don't say time to go. I know you got some to spare. We've been fighting feeling when it's obvious that we both care. So take me to the moon. I wanna be with the stars.
I never heard that second song before, but I'm about to check it out.
I'll play it for you.
I might just have to, because the other song you recommended by Leon Thomas, that Crash and Burn song, I checked it out. It's fire. It's on my playlist now. I can't lie to you.
Putting people on. Look, you heard it here first.
It's fire, but let's hop into this interview. So, give us a little recap of your semester. How was your semester? How would you describe it? What's been going on in your life? You know?
One word to describe it is hard. I thought senior year, I didn't think it was gonna be a breeze now. But I thought the load would have been lightened. Professors would have cared. Hey, say last year, especially, y'all been know this, I'm an engineer. No, they don't care. You don't get to breathe. You actually have more stuff piled on top. Besides just academically, I've been involved in so many clubs, been doing so many things outside of class. I barely have time to eat or sleep or breathe. It's been hard, y'all. But you know what? I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't. So it's been hard, but it's been okay. That's probably the best I could describe my semester.
Hard but okay. That kind of reminds me of It's Different, Not Difficult from Dr. Birch just a couple weeks ago. But what would you say has been like the highlight of your semester? What's something that whenever you think back on this semester that just stands out, where you had, you felt maybe loose, felt relaxed, had fun maybe, whatever the case may be?
The highlight of my semester would probably be when me and some friends threw a pool party at UEdge. That was pretty fun.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Or when I spontaneously went to Chicago one night because we just wanted to. And we got into a nice little club for free, got into a section for free. it was a nice, fun night. So, and it really just, it let me draw back. It was literally kind of like right before finals week. So it was nice to just get out with my girls and not have to pay for nothing. So
Free. That's what we like.
I love free.
We feel it. So now that we got the semester out the way, tell us a little bit about Black-atnd recap. What's been your favorite episode? What's something that stood out? What's something that you really liked about being a part of the show for your second season here?
For me, one, probably just like my comfortability being in front of the camera. If you know me, I am quite a confident person, but being on camera is like a whole other type of vibe, feeling, blah, blah, blah. But second semester, I truly enjoyed my time here. I loved it last semester, don't get me wrong. But I still was kind of getting used to everything, just the whole process and behind the scenes type of vibe. And also getting closer with my co-host, because I did not know him previous to last semester. So it's been nice. Favorite episode, honestly, would probably be the interview with Dr. Burks, because he allowed me to geek out and I didn't feel judged. He was a fellow engineer who was also Black. So yeah, I was getting very excited, and everything that he talked about just stimulated my brain, and I was very happy. The inner nerd in me was nerding out. And also he was just a really nice vibe, really cool people. So yeah, and then just Black-atnd overall. I don't know, I'm just happy with our growth, with the content that we're doing, with the new changes that been made. Kudos to my co-host. He be doing that. Yeah. Not too much though.
Yeah, with too much, please. Extra, por favor. Thank you.
Oh, Spanish. Right. But no, I'm just happy with Black-atnd and the growth overall. So I'm just happy to be here, and sad that I only have one semester left. So.
I respect it. I was laughing when you said Dr. Burks. You said you could geek out a little bit. I was watching the episode back when they were talking about nanotubes and carbon fiber neutrons and whatever. You were like, ooh!
Your science, I got to play with carbon nanotubes and electron microscopes.
Ooh,
Rice.
Sorry.
I know, that's what I did. I was like, wow. I did it at Rice. And
that just cracked me up, because you was really excited. I ain't never seen that excited before. So that was definitely something. Y'all connected, and I'm happy about that. And also I gotta say likewise, it's been good to be able to get to know you, get close with you as well. Cool people. If y'all don't really know much about her, just know she real cool people. Y'all make sure y'all get to know her if you ever get the chance. She might look a little intimidating, might look a little scary sometimes. She might look like she don't want to talk to you sometimes.
It's only because I have an RBF, y'all. I swear I don't bite.
What she said. But real cool people, real cool person to get to know. But what we gotta do? We got to talk about the things going on in the community, things going on, wherever that you may want to talk about. I know what I want to talk about. I know what I want to talk about is affecting both of us, but you can go ahead and you can talk about whatever it is that's on your mind.
Honestly, number one thing on my mind, I just want to go home. I'm tired of being here. Finals week. First of all, this school gets me upset, because why do they count the weekend as reading days?
Crazy.
Weekend is already free to us. We already don't have class. So we only had technically one real reading day. Made me so upset. I had exams every freaking day, and my two hardest exams are today and tomorrow, the last 2 days of finals week. I'm upset. The school does not care. They don't want us to be free. They want us to fry.
Getting cooked.
Getting cooked.
Real bad.
100-0 blowout type of vibe. No. I'm losing. I throw one punch in the ring and got beat up. It's a wrap. But it is what it is. I'm close to going home anyway. Let's see. Besides indie community, in the Black community, there's been stuff going on, but I haven't really been paying attention. The main thing that's kind of on my mind right now is how, I know we've already talked about them, but they stay coming in, is Krishan, Jaden, and Blueface. Those three right there, the absolute worst combination of people you could ever have. It's just Krishan and Jaden went live because they're both the baby mothers of Blueface. There was just a whole bunch of stuff was going on. I didn't even really pay attention. All I know is I read some headlines, blah, blah, blah. I'm sick and tired. I am tired of seeing them on all of my For You pages. They disgust me. Absolutely disgust me. That's yeah.
I hear that. Because like we said whenever we talked about that in the episode, you know, the ridiculousness in the black community, y'all check that out. You know, we had talked about how it's impossible to escape them. It's like they're literally everywhere. You know, I told y'all I muted the words Blueface, Krishan Rock, everything. Tell me why their tweets still come up. Tell me why I'm still hearing about something they're doing and I really don't care for it. You know, like, I don't care to hear anything about that. You know, the most recent thing with I guess with them, I know Krishan Rock has been saying that Blueface all of a sudden is a gay man, and she's been talking about him, you know, in that sort of regard. I know there's been stuff going on between Blueface and his mom, which, like we said in the other episode, was crazy as it is, but I'm not gonna pull up no tweets. I'm not even gonna reference no tweets. But some of the stuff that they've been saying has been crazy. Like, I've never in my life seen or heard of people, of a mother and a son having dialogues and talking about what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Even in private or in public, on the internet.
Just the
where it's there forever is
conversation
crazy.
just should not happen. Also, another update with Krishan. She needs to stop getting these men tattooed on her freaking body. Why, with her new man, she got him tattooed right here?
Who's a new man?
I don't remember his name. All I know is she got his name tattooed.
Light skin?
I think so.
Don't tell me it's K Suave.
Honestly,
That might be who it is.
honestly, I have no idea. I don't pay attention for real, but I just know that she got a new tattoo and it was a man's name. I was like, it's sad. Your body is not a free canvas. You are marking these people permanently on you. Like, please stop. You're a mother now. Try and act accordingly, respectfully. But I don't even want to talk about them no more. They just make me so just disappointed. I'm just disappointed. I don't know. Do I have any other topics in the black community? I don't know, y'all. I've kind of been tuned out this week. I've been locked in, so I don't know. I don't know what's really been going on for real. You can enlighten me, and then I could give some.
Put me on the spot, kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be interviewing you. You're not interviewing me. You know what I'm saying? Until a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? But you already trying to get at me.
We'll keep that. We'll keep that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, I respect everything you said. It's definitely disappointing what's going on with that trio or quadruple, or it keeps on adding.
There's more.
Every day is somebody new. But nah, you know, I can at least say, you know, since this is the season finale, last time I'll be interviewing you for the semester. I guess really talking to you for this semester really is what it is, this season. Yeah. I can at least say, you know what I'm saying, I'm grateful to have you as a co-host this season. We did a lot of good work. We had a lot of, I think we took Black-atnd to a level that is never seen before, you know what I'm saying? So.
And agree, I will agree on that.
I think that's a big thanks to you. Of course it's a big thanks to me, because you know what I'm saying, what would the show be without me for real? Like, we could do without you, you know what I'm saying? But like, y'all think I could run this show myself here? I think I could do it.
Please be honest,
behind the desk. I could do it, right? I could do it.
There's some elements that I bring that he can't even touch, but you know what?
Like what? Give me a few. What can I not touch?
The feminine aspect.
I mean, I could do some research.
Yeah, okay. The funniness, the looks, my looks are iconic. The way I be looking in the camera, do it.
I mean, I look good too. I look real good. I look fine. Women, y'all, tell her, I look fine. Holla at me. I look fine. I'm a fine young black man.
Please do not gas this man's head up.
Maybe the finest black man on this campus. The laugh is crazy. The laugh is crazy. Y'all see the disrespect? This is what it's like behind the scenes for real. The disrespect is wild, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm fine. Y'all know I'm fine too. Y'all hit my line.
He's not attractive, but
on IG, DM me, Isaiah.2.
All right, let's not plug it. This is supposed to be an interview about this. Is supposed to be about me.
You're right.
So y'all can follow me, Kira XOXO_23. Y'all will see better content than whatever he got.
But y'all know y'all gonna follow me for real. Sorry. I'm gonna get more followers than you off this one episode.
When? Not out. Yeah, okay. Anyways.
But nah, that's gonna wrap up your interview, because now we get into the main attraction. You know, I'm the one that everybody really came to see, you know, so thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your time. We mighty appreciate it.
I know you do.
You're much appreciated here. But now it's time for the real show.
All right, y'all. As you can see, we did a little switcheroo. So now the main woman is at the big table. And I'll be doing an interview with my co-host.
The showstopper, the number one stunner.
He's a number,
Him.
but he ain't number one, okay? Anyways, we gonna start off the same way you did for me. I'm not copying you. It's just to do the same vibe.
Oh, the leader. We got to.
Please, please. Anyways, give us your favorite movie, your favorite black movie, and your favorite song of the week.
Yeah, let me just get a little comfortable. You know how they do. On the TV and whatnot.
Right.
Favorite black movie. Got to go with The Best Man, the first one.
She loves you so much. Man, you're staring your ideal woman in the face. You two are made for each other. You two fit together. She's my queen.
Oh.
Same reason as
Follow
you.
the leader.
Same reason as you, but except I'm not gripping Morris Chestnut's head. But he is a very good-looking man.
Yeah, it is.
And I must say my favorite songs of the week, I got two. Where You At by Brent Faiyaz.
Every time I come back, I try to leave. So how you end up back with me? Oh, this ain't what I want. This is something else. Something that ain't good for my health. And I've been searching, but I can't get no help. And I don't feel like myself. Oh, I be doing shit I really shouldn't do. That's why I always say come through for real. After this time I'll be.
And then After Hours by Ivan Wall. I think that's how you say his name.
You live in the night is the best I can do. The things that you show feel somewhat brand new. Where have you been all my life? You make me lose my mind. We must be equals, 'cause I can't leave you be.
He's a relatively new artist. Saw him on TikTok. Checked out the song. It's pretty fire, so I had to go with it. I'm gonna put my leg down a bit though. It's a little uncomfortable for me. Continue on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyways, those are, I like Where You At, Brent Faiyaz. That's my main dude, one of them at least. Anyways, so, semester recap. Give us one word to describe it, and then go in detail about
One
just
word is crazy.
how it was. And we'll just do one overall vibe of your semester so far.
No, I'll do one word. I'll stick with the first one. I'm gonna have to say hectic. Hectic's the best way to describe it. It's a lot of schoolwork, a lot of homework. One of my professors, shout out Professor Barton, he assigned a lot of readings. Some of them were very dense, killed me sometimes, but they're very interesting, I guess. So, I didn't mind it too much. Some of the films he showed us were cool too, but they were long. And then starting two businesses, that's, it didn't get more hectic than that. I'm out every weekend, shooting at a club or shooting at a party or shooting at a photo shoot like we did with Ken 16 and T Block Slim. Shout out to them. Check out their project, first semester. That was a lot of work, Like just having to shoot all that content and then edit everything up. On top of also being a college student, on top of having other people say, hey, can you send your pictures for my daughter? Can you do? It's a lot. So I had to take a step back. I took about the last couple of weeks off. Didn't do anything, haven't edited anything. I'm gonna save all that for the break. Get all that stuff out there then, but hectic, hectic.
Okay. Let's dive into your businesses real quick, because everyone knows about your entrepreneurial side.
Of course.
So how have the two businesses been, just in terms of not necessarily like monetary value, but just like expansion? Is it like, are you doing what you envisioned yourself doing so far? Like, are you on the path that you wanted to be on? Like, what's up with that?
It's pretty cool. I started off working with one DJ, and then I branched off to another DJ, and then from there,
he's well connected throughout South Bend, well connected everywhere. And then, you know, we had Heat Check Studios on. Shout out to Meech and Curtis. I started working with Meech on certain things that were going on with Heat Check. So I was kind of expanded that way. Meech and DJ McMahon, shout out to him. They both know like everybody in South Bend. So they've been able to kind of get me out there a lot.
Right.
At first, I didn't have any business cards. I got my business cards now.
Look at him being official, y'all.
So I've been passing those around to some people, you know, trying to get my name out there. I have a lot of opportunities. I got a lot of opportunities for next semester too. I think next semester I really want to expand into making music videos. There's a lot of rappers and singers out here in South Bend. And you know, I guess I have a different sort of style, different sort of touch that I put on some of my content. You know, a lot of people, especially like those rap music videos, they want to have a lot more like nitty gritty edits and all like this crazy stuff going on. I'm much more artistic. You know, I like having that sort of creative, artistic feel. So you'll see me with a lot of
actual flavor in the videos.
Exactly. I feel like this, you know, it's a lost art of using artistry within music videos and just within music as a whole. I think people are more worried about selling music and just getting popular. You see a lot of those TikTok songs. There's no value in them. They are what they are. And it's the same way with, you know, some people that make music videos. You know, it's the same sort of way. They just want to get like the most, you know, like attention-grabbing sort of thing, but then there's no real artistry behind it. So I want to kind of change that. So that's definitely something I want to look into for next semester, start working on some music videos. So if any of y'all, you know, are singers or rappers out here in South Bend, I might even check out to Chicago, but I got to be a little cautious around somebody in Chicago. Don't lead me down the wrong block, the wrong street, because I'm not trying to die out here. But, you know, yeah.
You know what?
That's looking good, though.
That's good. I love, one, that he's my co-host, and two, that he is a black man that is thriving. It is very rare seeing that just anywhere in this world. You know, well, let's bring it back to the semester overall. Give us a highlight, and also give us a moment where you were kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of done. Like, I don't know.
I'll start with the second part of that. I was done like 3 months ago, honestly.
Ain't that around fall break-ish?
Yeah. Actually, a little bit before then, really around like late September, I was kind of checked out. You know, especially when I started really getting big into film, started getting big into my businesses. That was the only thing that I wanted to do. And I couldn't have cared less about the schoolwork, about none of these readings, I didn't care about any of that. All I wanted to do was just create content. You know, been writing a short film with one of my friends over in Massachusetts. And that was all my whole focus was just those two sort of things. And so I just got burnt out from my classes, had no motivation. You know, I was telling you about Spanish. Sorry, Professor Leonardo. You know, I'm working hard, I'm trying, but I'm burnt out too. But you know, yeah, I just got burnt out real quick. That's probably been like the low area of this semester.
I feel it.
The high, definitely. I don't even know academically, honestly. Like, I'm doing well academically.
You don't even have to be academically, just the high so far that you've experienced in the semester.
I would at least say it's not even Notre Dame related. But definitely finishing up the short film, like writing the script. It took us like a month and a half, 2 months to really write the whole script for my short film. A lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of work, but it came out well, you know. We're hoping to get it shot this month or early next month. It's so difficult finding actors, you know. It's so difficult finding actors who are willing to work for free because we don't have money like that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
for free.
We don't got the bread like that. So all we can really offer is just credit, and that's super difficult. That's really difficult to, you know, kind of get actors to be okay with. Everybody wants to make money nowadays, and I don't blame them. It's all about the Benjamins. But at least I've enjoyed writing that script. It's been a whole journey, the whole process, but it was fun. Those late nights and up till 2, 3 in the morning on FaceTime, writing all these scripts out. While everyone's out there partying and having fun, you know, we inside grinding, working. I enjoyed that. That was cool.
That's good. I'm happy you enjoyed the sacrifice, because clearly you seem very passionate about it. So I get a good vibe. It's a good short film.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I haven't read the script, haven't seen anything, but I get the vibe. I guess.
Yes, it's crazy, but okay.
Anyways, I know you always have a lot to say, good, bad, just you're very opinionated, and I like that about you. So, what's something that you want to get off your chest, whether it's in the Black community, Notre Dame community, just community in general, that, you know, is really let's say, irking your nerves right now?
Father Jenkins, I'm talking to you. You know, I respect what you do. I don't know much about what you do, but you know, you lead the university, and that's cool and all. But this recent scooter ban, I got a gripe with you. You know, I'm not gonna say I don't like you, but you kind of irked me a little bit with that one. You know,
I agree.
It's such a convenient method of transportation for us as students. You know, especially being a film student, where I'll have a class in DPAC all the way on this side of campus. And then my next class will be all the way at the police station, or it'll be all the way at the ROTC building. That's far. That's a long walk. Sometimes it's not even walkable. So now I'm gonna be late to all my classes because you wanted to outlaw scooters. And I don't like that. I have a big problem with that. So, you know, I know that's your last little hoorah, you know. I'm sure you know that maybe that's a little bit because, you know, you were mad that the students would boo you at the football games and cheer for Father Pete.
Ooh.
I don't know, you know, shout out Father Pete.
Not the sore spot.
But, you know, that was your last hoorah, and I'm sad that was the last hoorah. It just hurts me to my core, hurts me to my soul.
I got little legs. I'm finna be late.
Yeah, she like 4'7", so you gotta take that into consideration too. You know.
That is so
what about the short people who?
That is disrespectful. You know I'm not 4'7".
You know, I'm 6'2", so you know.
I mean, I'm 6'2". I don't
tall.
care how tall.
Hey, women, if y'all like them 6'2" tall men.
You see how you plug yourself. You try to plug yourself in both areas.
I'm always plugging myself.
Sound desperate. Chill.
I just love plugging myself. I love myself. That's all I can say. Shout out to if you don't love yourself, do everything you can to try and love yourself. It's important to love yourself. Some may see it as arrogant. Some may see it as desperation. I see it as just loving myself.
Right. Anyways, you have any other, particularly in the Black community, that you've been thinking about, just seeing and want to just get off your chest real quick, or has the Black community kind of been chilling for you? Which I know the answer is no, but you know, what you got to say?
You know what I kind of want to say, I'm not sure I can really say on this show, you know, but there's been a few tweets going around in the Black community on Black Twitter that have been kind of crazy.
I don't have Twitter, yeah. Or X.
I would at least say, you know, I think I wish the Black community would have more productive conversations on Twitter. I wish Black Twitter was a bit more productive. I feel like we ask the same stupid questions over and over again. We ask questions that don't have any sort of societal value.
Okay.
If this wasn't a kid-friendly show, I'd talk about one of the tweets that's been on my mind that was really crazy. But I will at least say that I wish that we just did more, you know, on Twitter to really stimulate our minds. You know, we can be fun, you know, we can have fun, have a fun time, but at the same time, I also feel like it's just important for us to really have those real stimulating conversations on there. And I'll also say too, that's why I love like being a part of this this talk show. I almost said podcast, we're a talk show now. One of the reasons why I love being a part of this talk show is because we actually talk about real stuff, you know.
True.
We actually talk about things that are important. We talk about things that, you know, stimulate the mind. And we have our episodes where we talk about things that aren't as important, you know. Sometimes, you know, a few parts of this episode, whenever we did the ridiculousness in the Black community, we had a certain, you know, a few aspects that weren't really important. But I love that we do a show like this that really is impactful and that really does get people to think and really gets people to see Blackness in a better light. You know, we shine ourselves in a better light. I was on Twitter a few days ago and people were saying, you know, they wish there was more podcasts or talk shows about, you know, Black history or about positive things in the Black community rather than people having the same recycled conversations that you kind of see on some Black podcasts or some major popular podcasts. So I'm grateful at least that we use this talk show to really, you know, we use it as a good platform. You know, there's a lot of other things we could be talking about on this show. There's a lot of other things that we could be doing that aren't as productive, but we choose not to do that. And you know, and I'm grateful for that. I might have to make a podcast though, you know, a separate one where we talk about some of, you know, other stuff. But you know, because I always have a lot to say. You know, I'm opinionated, so I always got something to say.
Sometimes when things shouldn't be said, but you know,
yeah,
to each their own. To each their own.
But yeah, that's definitely I think what's been going on, you know, in the Black community. I guess another thing I can say, there's been a lot going on with the whole Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion situation.
Oh.
Been a lot going on with that. There was a new affidavit or whatever that was filed from Tory Lanez driver and bodyguard, saying that he didn't shoot Megan Thee Stallion, but that it was Megan Thee Stallion's friend, Kelsey, whatever her name is, who actually shot her. So there's a lot of stuff going on with that. You know, there's different things going on. You see how it's kind of like fracturing the black community, especially on Twitter. You got Team Tor, you got Team Meg. I remember whenever that whole thing first came out, I'm like, why are we on teams? Why can't we just wait for the facts to come out? You know, why are we already siding with, you know, I mean, I understand, you know, especially because black women are oftentimes, you know, very victimized and they're not really believed by the general public, but I also feel like it's important to wait until more evidence comes out, especially whenever before the child begun, wait until more evidence comes out before you really, you know, make an opinion or team up on a side, which is kind of crazy because a woman was shot and we're picking teams like it's the NFL, you know, like we're fans of, you know, different teams, which is crazy, but yeah.
You know, not too bad, not too bad. I knew you had something up in there. You know, but just talking about Black and Indie in general, what's been your favorite episode so far that we filmed, or just favorite topic that we've talked about?
I always love our interviews. Dr. Burks, that was a great one. I loved having him on. Really cool dude. I had met him a couple weeks before. We even brought him on the show. Super cool dude, super laid back, and it's also good he's a black professor here, which is very rare, like you've said before.
Rare.
I loved having Heat Check Studios on. We apologized for the way that episode came out. There was nothing we could do about it. A lot of the equipment wasn't working, but I thought the content was so good, and I appreciate everything they had to say, and that was also our first introduction, at least since I've been a host of the show, of South Bend. You know, it's the first time we've really gotten South Bend on. I think Imorsion, the old crew, had a couple of South Bend residents come on, but we had never done that before. So that to me was good. We kind of expanded. That was one of our ways of expanding. We had some opportunities through them to kind of continue to expand. You know, in meeting Meech of Heat Check Studios, he's helping us get on TV for next semester. We're planning a live event, y'all. We're not going to say too much because it's still in the works, but without them, we really had that opportunity. So that I'm definitely appreciative of.
Good. I know Black and Indie is like your baby. You're really close to Imorsion. So when you took over the mantle, it was very impactful. So you know, you as a co-host, I'm happy that I've been here. You've been doing really good. You're really passionate, and we can see it in Black and Indie. So.
Sure.
I ain't gonna flame you too much.
I got one more thing to say too, because I've had a couple people ask me. A couple of people who've seen some of the episodes, you know, they've noticed, had a little bit of new ink on the arm, and some people want to know what it says, I guess. So I can talk about that, you know. What my tattoo says is, to live is to suffer, to survive is to find meaning in the suffering. It's a super old quote from, I believe, like a German philosopher, something like that. But the reason why I got it is because DMX is my favorite rapper of all time. And in his song Slippin', which is a song that got me through some of the hardest times in my life, that's how he starts off the song. He says that. Now, super impactful to me, that's super powerful to me because, you know, in life, there is a lot of suffering. You know, everyone goes through bad things. Suffering can mean multiple things, you know. It could just be that something negative or bad is going on, but it's nothing that's really irking you too bad, but it's just not positive. But, you know, even whenever we're going through times of struggle, times of strife, times of just hurt and pain, one thing that's really helped propel myself forward is just thinking of, what is the meaning of this? What am I getting out of this, you know? Whenever I had that whole thing, we talked about this in the first episode back this semester, when I had that fake internship, you know, I lost out on so much money, had to scramble to find some stuff, and that's kind of what inspired this tattoo for myself, because I started thinking about it. Instead of being like, now I'm broke, no internship, no job, no nothing, everything in life is going wrong, I was like, what can I do? What can I do to learn from this? You know, what can I learn from this? And that's one of the things I learned, is it's important to be an entrepreneur. Don't worry about other people, don't have to rely on other people. One of the reasons why I started my own businesses, you know. I don't have to work for other people, I can work for myself, work on my own time.
I like that.
It's important, I feel like, to look into those deep, dark crevices of life and really just try and find the meaning, or try and find some sort of positive that you can take out of it so that you can propel and advance yourself forward. So that to me was important. So for those people that were asking about the tattoo, there's your answer.
Dang, that was motivational. Wait a minute, that's supposed to be a little lighthearted episode. I like that. You know, my co-host is intellectual. I'm not gonna say too much because it's gonna gas his head up a little.
Hey, I'm done. I gassed myself up enough.
He already got a big head. I'm not trying to make it bigger. But you know, I like that. But you know, I sadly think this concludes our season finale. I mean, we will see y'all next semester, so look forward to that, because as he said, we got some special things planned for y'all, and y'all really gonna like it, because I know we excited. But yeah, for the end of season 7.
7, yep.
7. I hope y'all enjoyed this interview. I know I did. It's always nice, fun vibes, laughing, kikiing. You know how we do. But yeah, would my guests like to do the beautiful blackatnd outro? You know,
I will. Before I do that real quick, I must say we're going to have one more episode dropping. This is technically the season finale, but technically not. We're going to have a blooper reel and behind the scenes content that's going to be dropping.
Y'all go enjoy that.
Y'all make sure y'all check that out whenever we do drop it. But with that being said, as always, we love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support. Black is beautiful, black is love, and black is excellence. And we out. I should keep that in, low-key. That's kind of cool.
What the yeah, you do that.